Okay, welcome back. If we've been together, and if not, welcome, because there's still a lot of meat left on the bone. Osun Politics 2026 and a governorship election. Our guest this time, he's very well known in the House. In fact, you probably know him around in the evening time, but when he's serious as well, he can come up here even in the morning time. Talking about Majid Jamiu, Executive Director, Upshot Media. When I see him, I often feel like saying Honorable Majid Jamiu.
No, I've dropped that one. I'm now a journalist and a public affairs analyst.
Indeed. Okay, I have taken due note of that. Yes, but the knowledge is still there.
No, it's there.
It's still there.
It's there.
Let me, your overview, because now APC has its own candidate, has its candidate in the Osun election. Well, I don't know. Accord.
There are 4 major parties.
I was going to say Accord is in there. Please.
2 from Accord, actually.
Indeed, 2. Well, purporting to be 2.
2, yeah.
But
Annex is one.
It's only 1. Oh.
Yes. So you have the herbalist. I mean, has to be consulting the oracle like 5 days. But now, for Osun election, I think the oracle is being consulted on an early basis because it keeps unfolding. Osun is going to be very, very interesting in 2026. Very, very interesting. As we speak today, the state of play, there are 4 major contenders.
Okay.
APC, PDP, Accord Party, and ADC. So, Osun.
But those only of these, only APC and Accord.
No, all of them.
All of them now know who will be running for them.
Yes, as a matter of fact, for
APC.
Yes, for APC is
the former the former managing director,
Muniruddin, former MD of Niwa, Muniruddin Oyebamiji.
You must know the meaning.
Yes, Oyebamiji, because the governor in Ekiti is Oyebanji.
Oh yeah, that's why I insisted. Put the I in there.
Oyebamiji. And we can simply call him Ambo.
Yes.
Call him Alhaji Nuruddin Bolanle Oyebamiji. So the short form is
Ambo.
Yeah,
that's also Asiwaju.
Yes, Asiwaju. So, and I think he used to be the finance commissioner to Oyetola.
2 governors.
Yeah, to 2 governors, for Aregbe and Oyetola. So that's the APC candidate. Now, PDP, there is a gentleman called Adebayo Adedamola. That's the candidate of the PDP. Actually, for PDP, it's a bit complex. The election held on December 2nd, there were supposed to be 2 aspirants vying to become candidate of PDP. Governor Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke.
Yes.
The dancing governor, I mean, of course, collected the nomination form for PDP. He was hesitating, thinking, trying to see whether PDP would be able to resolve its crisis. But by December 1st, on the eve of the election, he pulled out. He resigned from PDP. So, but PDP chairman responded by saying, "We are not aware of your resignation. You are a candidate for the primary slated for December 2nd. So he now officially wrote to the PDP, said, "This thing is not by force. I'm not doing it again." Only one candidate, that's the Adebayo Adedamola, went into the race. He scored 919 votes out of the available 1,000. I said some were void. So he emerged as the candidate
of the PDP.
Now, ADC, that's Aregbe's party, Action Democratic Congress, Nojim Fisayo Salam, they call him Iwaloye, is a former speaker, 60-year-old, graduate of University of Ife, is the candidate of the ADC. Now, why ADC is important is the fact that Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola wants to prove a point in Osun that he's a grassroots politician,
yes,
and that he means business, and that he is going to give APC a run for their money. So that's why they picked this Nojim. But then there's a clause for ADC in Osun, because a major supporter of ADC, recall, we need to give our people some of these backgrounds so that they can understand why Osun is going to be very interesting. In 2022, when Oyetola lost to Adeleke, the present governor, now there was a man, his name is Moshood Adeoti. They call him Shehu. He's from Iwo. Strong politician, I think he's about 70 now. He ran on the ticket of the ADP then, African Democratic Party. Those are the people who left with Aregbe. They left APC. So they went on the platform, he ran on the platform of ADP. He scored 59,000 votes. So the calculation then was that Adeleke defeated Oyetola by about 40,000 votes. Moshood Adeoti, they call him Shehu. If he had teamed up with Oyetola, probably Oyetola would have won. But then politics might not work that way. But then you can assume that those 59,000, or rather, let's sum it up to 60,000 votes, most of it will have been for APC. Maybe there could have been a tie, because it's always been 50-50 in Osun. It's always a very close election. Recall that Oyetola in 2018, defeated this same Adeleke with a margin of less than 10,000 votes. So Osun has always been like that. So that's why coming to 2026 now is going to be tighter. And the winner of Osun election will probably emerge with a maximum of 30% of the total votes, because there are 4 major parties now: APC, ADC, PDP, and Accord. But for Accord, there's a problem.
Okay, coming to Accord.
Yeah, because Adeleke, I don't know if you can get, there's a clause in INEC now. If you look at the INEC electoral,
First of all, sir,
yeah.
sorry.
Okay.
First of all, he has said that he is in Accord now.
Accordingly, yes.
Yes, accordingly, if you want to put it like that.
The new thing in Osun now is
accordingly.
It used to be PDP Imole, but now it is Accord accordingly for Adeleke. He likes dramatizing things.
Yes. So he says that he has won the ticket. But one needs to remember that Accord has been in existence and was going about its internal business, political business, but now Governor Adeleke shows up on the horizon. That's going to cause a lot of confusion, but apparently not necessarily so, because he has, quote unquote, snagged the ticket.
Yeah, since about a year ago, we've been hearing that Adeleke wanted to go to APC.
Yes.
And APC blocked him, so to say. They said, we don't need you to win an election. If you are strong enough, go and form another party or fly on another party.
It's interesting you say that, because I've heard the governor say that it's not about any party. It's me that people want.
Yes.
It's my name.
Yeah, that's it. That's very correct. He has that followership. But then there are some clauses some banana peels
Okay.
that the governor needs to wash. Now, one critical one is the fact that the INEC, the Electoral Act, amended 2022. If you go to page 372 on the Electoral Act 2022 as amended, there is this chapter, paragraph 35, under the subheading invalidity of multiple nomination.
Okay.
So I'm reading it now from INEC, where a candidate allows himself or herself to be nominated by more than one political party in one constituency, his nomination shall be void. Okay.
In one constituency. Not in both. In one constituency.
Now, in this situation, for a governorship election, Osun State is one constituency. That's my interpretation. I might be wrong. The legal experts will have a lot of job to do in Osun, trying to explain this.
And the point you are making is that he's been nominated. Well, first of all, the most widespread, popularly seen nomination is with Accord. But
then he obtained the form of PDP.
You know that as a fact.
And he submitted.
Okay.
It was on the ballot on the day of the primary, but he did not show up. So there were two aspirants trying to become candidates on December 2nd, PDP primary. Adebayo Adedamola and Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke,
the incumbent governor.
INEC was present. Other stakeholders, police, DSS, recorded, but he was absent. Now,
INEC was present.
Yes, INEC was present.
I bring that up because when the whole Accord matter came up,
yes,
and another, apparently the following day,
yes,
the Accord now says it is holding another. It is holding another sort of convention. INEC felt a need to say that, look, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but we were at the convention where the governor Adeleke emerged
via consensus.
So it was there. Yeah. I say that because you've just said that INEC was also present.
Yeah.
At the PDP one.
Yeah, because PDP is a political party. Now, Accord is another political party. For Accord, PDP is claiming, Accord is claiming now that it is APC that is sponsoring a faction of Accord to invalidate or to put wood or to put sand in the gari of the governor.
That's an allegation that you happen to be aware of.
It's in the papers.
Okay.
It's in the news.
So this is APC
it's
at
APC
work.
Say they are pursuing Adeleke everywhere because they know that he has the capacity to win. He has the followership. But then, like I said, but INEC has cleared that. INEC issued a statement yesterday. Said there is this young man. I think his name is. I can't really put my finger on his name now. Who claimed to have emerged as a factional governorship candidate for Accord, but INEC said no. We don't know you.
We don't know you.
We only know Demola Nuruddin Jackson Adeleke as the validly nominated candidate of Accord Party. But like I said,
that technicality
of
having been nominated. So at one point owned by two parties.
Yes, and because you see, I think INEC is very crafty in that clause. Because some of these politicians will tell you, I did not collect any form. Some people collected it on my behalf. Mm-hmm. I don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. Like Emefiele said, some people know in 20...
In a different context.
Yes. No, it's Emefiele. Some people paid 100 million for him. He said he was not aware, nominating him as a kind of as an aspirant under APC in the run up to 2023. It was on the record. He said some agric farmers that he has helped contributed 100 million. So a farmer now put 100 million. 100 million, no, not 100 naira.
No, 100 million. Instead of buying his seeds and all of that.
Yes, instead of buying their seeds, yes, they went to collect nomination form. It's not agric party under APC. For Emefiele, it's Governor CBN. And he went to court. Somebody that said he didn't know about it, that he said he was not interested, to note how funny politicians could be, or some technocrats in politician uniform. He went to court to tell the court that, come, tell these people, I can be governor and still be running, that they can run pari passu. The court told him, said, no, you have to pick one. So that's just an aside. To let you know that politicians, they believe anything is just possible. And that is why, in the case of Osun, we need to monitor closely because the events are unfolding and it's going to be really, really interesting. So as we have now, the state of play, 4 political parties, all gunning for that's Okefia post. That's the governor's
yes.
lodge, the governor's office in Osun. So APC, PDP, ADC, and Accord.
Now the
accordingly.
Yes, accordingly. I guess you couldn't avoid that pun. Now, I think Oyebamiji has since visited the president, and no doubt, with the news and all of that, at least to go and show that. And the president is reported to have said that, the journey for the return of APC to Osun has begun.
Yeah.
So, Mr. President, as I said, he's sort of a step removed. He's the national leader. They still have their own, leader within the party.
Yeah.
But the president has shown some sort of support that it looks like we're on the right track. And the dynamics in there, the reason why ADC is important that you gave is because of Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, who wants to make a point. What's your own, you've been watching these kind of things. Often you are actually at the venue yourself of these elections sometimes to see how it is going. What's your, what would be your sort of analysis of how this whole thing is going to go with these 4, let me call them giants for now. We'll be sorting out who the real giants are when we come. APC, PDP, Accord, and ADC.
Yeah. So breaking it down now, really, Uncle Yori. All the 4 parties, I think they are of equal strength, so to say.
Including ATC?
Including ADC, yeah. Don't joke with Aregbe's popularity in Osun. But the main gladiator that moves people for Aregbesola, I mean, like when you mention Asiwaju in Lagos, I mean, you have the mandate group, the justice forum. I mean, they say the votes that makes Asiwaju thick in Lagos is from Alimosho country. So in Osun, you can say Aregbesola, the person that should be called Aregbesola in Osun, quote unquote, it's Moshood Adeoti.
Okay.
Who is, they call him Shehu. Now, I heard that they went for primaries in ADC. He came second. That's Moshood Adeoti. Came second to Najim Salam, the former speaker. He didn't like that. He pulled out.
Okay.
So he resigned from ADC. And like a hot cake, he put himself in the market. Say, I've left ADC. Politicians, when they want to play the game, we know them. Instead of saying, I've left ADC, I'm now in this party. He said, I've left ADC. So he was waiting.
And left it hanging.
It left it hanging. So people are sending emissaries to him from PDP, APC. Then there was no accord. But suddenly, I think APC put him on, APC was discussing with him at a point. People thought he was going back to APC. But suddenly, immediately, Ademola Adeleke emerged as a court party candidate. Smart guy. He just went
Hello,
to
good morning.
Adeleke's house.
Okay, sorry about that. You returned to the point. Please hold it in mind where you got to.
Hello.
Good morning to you, sir. Thank you for calling in. Well, tell us your name and where are you calling from?
Yes, good morning. My name is Benga from Abuja.
Abuja. Okay. Benga, you're an observer of the polity. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Mojid, I'm feeling you here, and I appreciate your objectivity and depth analysis.
Thank you, sir.
You see, the issue of Osun, there have been many things that will happen. Number one, I want to appreciate the governor there, that he not defect to APC. They will have said he was forced, he was forced. They have used APC to pursue him, to reshunt him. He had defected to even an unknown party, so to say, and had gotten the governorship ticket. They need to really play the politics there. Because another person now have come on and said, they have a own convention and they have another governorship nominee. You need to really know that those people just want something to be settled. That is politics for you. I need to take care of them as far as possible. They have not gone to court to challenge the nomination. They only say we have this. If they have gone to court, it's a different thing. So he should play the politics and get them out of the way and get them on his own side. Because a divided house will not really favor him in the re-election. And that would be a problem to him. But for the APC, I don't think APC really have interest in that election. Because if APC has that election, it is the former governor that is not a minister that will have contested and see how he can win and have a second term. But if you look and see there's an arrangement that, let him finish his tenure, I will now come back. Because the person that is there now, I don't really know him. I don't think he has all it takes to challenge and take power the seat from the present governor. That's my view. That the APC do not have anything, that they just put somebody there as a stakeholder, as some people fill the space. If not, the governor will have come back and say, look, I want to take it away back from you. That's my feeling.
Okay.
But all the people in the array now that want to really contest, I don't think anyone can take it away from the governor. He has the popularity, he has the position, he has the power. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Benga in Abuja, for calling in. What are your thoughts on Benga's analysis, especially that he doesn't really feel that APC is interested in the race, even as I was paraphrasing Mr. President, saying that the journey for returning into Osun politics has begun?
If I had not played politics before, I would share his opinion. And that's why a lot of people who don't understand politics have been present on election day, and I've been a politician. I stopped being a politician in 2014. And so I know the way this game plays. I mean, for somebody who is observing, yes, he can have that opinion. But the man who is the other Accord candidate, so to say, his name is Clem Bangbola, who scored 1,732 votes, and Governor Ademola Adeleke, that's in the other, this thing, they claimed he scored, or rather they allocated 241 votes to him. But INEC has disowned that, so I think we need to put it in perspective. So the other candidate, quote and unquote, for Accord in Osun is Clement Bamigbola. But Musa Lorede, INEC PRO, issued a statement yesterday, Sunday, that
they don't know anything about that.
It's just it's an academic exercise.
Okay. I'm sorry, another caller. Good morning. There's another caller. I think I lost you. I kept you waiting too long. So sorry about that. Do see if you can get back in, please, and we'll put you on immediately. We'll even interrupt ourselves mid-sentence. Try again. See if you can get back in.
So, I will disagree with him. Osun is a four-horse race. I understand Osun politics. Apart from the fact that they are my in-laws, my wife is from Osun. So, I have been following.
You've been interested
and taking
in
part
the goings-on, political goings-on.
Politics since 2010 when Aregbe became governor.
Okay.
So I understand the game. And so it will be foolhardy for anybody to think that ADC cannot spring a surprise.
Okay.
That's ADC, African Democratic Congress, cannot spring a surprise. That's Atiku's party, that's Aregbe's party. That will be the second election after Ekiti, a standalone election. And you know, the PDP has more chances in Ekiti than in Osun because people need to understand some of these things. As at the time PDP concluded its primaries in Ekiti, the man who won the candidacy of the PDP, his name is Wole Oluyede, his own form was signed by the two principal officers, the chairman and the secretary, that's Damagun and Anyau, recognized by INEC. So he didn't have the kind of problem Adeleke envisaged that made him jump out of PDP, because by the time he went to pick his own form, that's Adeleke, PDP had already divided into two factions. Wike held on to the secretary, recognized by INEC, while Seyi Makinde held on to the chairman, recognized by INEC. So now, INEC is like Siamese twins. INEC is holding the umbilical cord. Wike is holding the head. Seyi Makinde is holding another head. So
okay, Mr. George, calling in from Lagos here. Good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Yeri. Good morning to gentleman Mojid.
Good morning, sir.
Uncle Yeri, I think the opportunity has come for the APC to turn the tide in Osun, but it doesn't look as if they are taking it seriously. You see, the governor narrowly won that election that ousted the former governor. Now, what happened at that time that brought a kind of disunity among the APC? You know how Aregbesola and his group were not carried along, and then it led to a kind of split of strategy. That was why they lost that election. Now, this one again is, tilting towards the same direction. You see, the primary they conducted, somebody like Omishore, who is the real reason why they were able to win that first one in the first place. You know how tough that election was? It was because they were able to carry Omishore along, who brought Ife and all those, and that zone to the APC. So and now, see the way it was edged out without transparency. And,
okay.
And I do not see him genuinely supporting the one now that has been appointed. And that is what brings about the problems.
All right, Mr. George, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I would have wanted you to continue, but time is not our friend. And I'm happy that you brought up Senator Iola Omishore. What's the deal he got? In fact, people are saying that he's been used and dumped.
No, I don't think so. Omishore was on a program on TVC, I think last week.
That's right.
And he said he's going to support the decision of the president.
Because he's a party man.
Because he's a party man, that the president advised them to use a consensus option. And that was the same option APC adopted in Ekiti. It was consensus. So, but what I don't agree with is for you to disqualify some people and now say they should come for consensus. I think APC should look at that. It's not a tidy option.
Because that disqualification,
yes,
is something of a problem.
You can take them to the president, let the president talk, then they can withdraw on their own and support, not for you to disqualify them and now say they should come and do consensus. So they adopted consensus in Ekiti. It worked, but in Osun, I'm happy. Omishore is a very key factor, but I would disagree with the last speaker who said Omishore is yes, everybody is a major factor, but Omishore was there in 2022 when Oyetola lost to Adeleke. He ought to have, the people expected that the votes from Ife and the Ilesha axis would be enough to overturn whatever Adeleke was bringing from Ede, where it normally comes with about probably 40,000 margin. So, but that didn't happen in 2022. So, And he was secretary to the party then. So if it didn't happen in 2022, why are we sure that it will happen in 2026? So Adeoti is going to be a key factor to, like I was saying before, the caller came in. Adeleke has gone to harvest Adeoti while APC was still dilly-dallying, you know. So, and Adeoti is going to be a major factor in determining who emerges the governor in Osun, because it's like Buhari with his 12 million votes in the bag. And I mean, it's already, it's almost always constant. So, going to the 2026 elections, a lot of events will still unfold, but at least now we know that it's a 4-horse race, and all the parties must do a lot of work.
You want Omishore on side, don't you?
Yeah, of course.
You want Omishore on side.
Yeah, you see, because the kind of...
I watched him on television,
yes.
and he didn't seem bitter, no. At all.
Omishore is a fantastic politician, and he has a lot of respect for the president. And politicians know that this is the first time we are having a real politician as president of the Federal Republic. And with a sitting politician as president who is going for an election, he will leave no stone unturned. And recall that Osun State is also his state, the president's state. Oyetola is very close to him. So they will want APC back.
Okay, indeed.
Not at all cost, though.
Well,
I mean, we don't expect...
Even though the president used the words, it's like the beginning of the return.
And you know, in the southwest, it's only Oyo and Osun that are not in the fold of the APC. Even all the states in the south-south, all the states in the south-south, you know, are in APC. So the president will want Osun in APC.
We're going to have to leave it here, simply because of time, because one could sit here and listen to your analysis of the situation and also take perspectives coming from home. But I want to thank you very much. Majid Jamil, Executive Director, Upshot Media, in our studio here. We always appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
And also, Journalist Hangout. We can't do without you as well.
Always my pleasure.
Thank you very much for coming on. So that's our program today. Do please join us tomorrow for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folari. Bye-bye for now.
It is that time of the year again!
This Christmas, StarTimes is bringing Joy Unlimited to your home with a double upgrade promo.
Yes, you heard it!
Okay, here's the deal. Simply recharge 1 month on Nova, Basic and Classic and enjoy double upgrade for 1 month, while Super or Global subscribers enjoy 5 extra days for free. Or recharge for 2 months on Nova, Basic, Classic and enjoy double upgrade for 2 months plus 10 extra days, while Super or Global subscribers enjoy 20 extra days for free.
Good deal, right? Sure it is! We have got something for everyone this festive season. From blockbuster movies, live sports, best kiddies content, premium Bollywood and novella series, and of course, exclusive shows like the Hello Mr. Right.
To enjoy this offer, recharge between November 15th to January 15th at any StarTimes office or dealer outlets. The more the recharge, the more the magic. Terms and conditions apply. StarTimes. Enjoy digital life.
Following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV. Paid presentation by ShopX TV.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news. At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Thanks everyone for joining us on the Midday News live from Abuja, where we bring you the latest stories shaping Nigeria and the world at this hour. We begin in the nation's capital, where the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government has issued a communique at the close of its closed-door meeting during the 68th Ordinary ECOWAS Summit, expressing concern over recent actions and statements by former Gambian President Yahya Jammeh. Reading the communique, President of the ECOWAS Commission, Dr. Omar Aliyu Toure, warns that any violation of the conditions governing Yahya Jammeh's asylum poses a threat to peace, security, and social cohesion in the Gambia. The authority stresses that Jammeh's departure into exile does not absolve him of allegations of human rights violations committed during his rule between 1994 and 2016. ECOWAS leaders also restated the bloc's zero tolerance for unconstitutional changes of government, condemning military takeovers and attempted coups across the region. They reaffirmed their commitments to democratic governance, constitutional order, and collective regional security. In addition, the authority approved key institutional decisions ahead of the coming year, including the zoning and allocation of commissioner portfolios and senior positions across ECOWAS institutions in line with the agreed criteria and regional balance.
Session of the ECOWAS Authority of Head of State and Government, it's now my honor to respectfully invite Dr. Mohamed Ibn Shambas, Chairperson, ECOWAS Trade Liberalization, Shem Task Force and former President of Nigeria. À la suite de son excellence.
After the statement by.
Your question,
Now joining us via Zoom to discuss the ECOWAS communique is Ademola Oshodi, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs and Protocol. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Oshodi. I want to start by asking you what specific concerns did the ECOWAS raise about Jammeh's recent actions and statements?
Thank you for having me. I think you said it all. Jermaine has showed the interest in getting back into Gambian politics and returning to the country. So this is something that the ECOWAS community, based on the summit that just happened in Abuja, cautioned against. They did not need his interference or his influence or any such, position that we basically go against the condition in which he's taken refugee or gone into exile outside the Gambia. So it is a warning that his position is not will not be tenable if things do not go in line with ECOWAS and the peace and security in the Gambia and the general West African sub-region.
We heard from that report, Dr. Toure, warning that the asylum, if he violates the asylum, it may affect the peace in the Gambia. Why do you think that is?
Well, Jermaine has been there. President Jermaine has been there he was in power for many, many years. I can't remember the period of time, but his role there been rather divisive. He has a lot of human rights allegation around him. He's also, in many ways, went against the tenets of democracy by trying to extend his stay in power. And he's also been a clog in the wheel of progress in the Gambia. International community has sanctioned him for human rights abuse. And in many cases, his time in the Gambia has not in many ways improved the lot of the country. So having him back there and also pulling strings is a no-no. It's something that the economic community of West African states have cautioned against. And I hope we're ready to act firmly towards that.
Can you speak to us more about ECOWAS stance regarding unconstitutional takeover of governments across Africa, and what's their plan to ensure, peace and security as well as democratic rule?
Well, you notice that there's quite a few military regimes in West Africa, starting all the way from the west. You have Guinea, you have Guinea-Bissau about a few weeks ago. You have Mali, you have Burkina Faso, you have Niger, and in some certain cases you have Chad. So it's the West African sub-region is becoming encompassed with soldiers governing countries, which is rather unconstitutional and in many ways outdated. ECOWAS, led by the president of Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, has initiated actions, especially in Benin Republic, to curb, at least in that country, the rise of another military ruler. And the swift action of Nigeria, with the permission of the president of Benin, Mr. President Talon, has in many cases stopped in its track the advancement of military rule in the subcontinent. Nigeria's pivotal role has ensured that the tenets of democracy continues in Benin, regardless of its flaws. But it's important that the ECOWAS protocol, which states that democracy must be respected, the rule of law must be respected, and the no change in government must take place without the electorate being consulted. That's through an election. The protocol states that clearly. So things going against that across the region should be curbed. ECOWAS has shown that it not only has the mouth, it has the teeth to bite. ECOWAS is actually the most successful regional body in Africa and one of the best in the world. It's showed the fact that free trade and also free movement of goods and people is it's something that it's been rather successful from its inception of 50 years ago. So it's ECOWAS has shown that the political cohesion of West African states, regardless of their origin, whether it's British, French, or Portuguese, or Spaniard colonial history, the West Africa can come together to provide needed security and well-being for its people.
Thank you so much, Mr. Oshodi. Thank you so much, Mr. Oshodi. We have just run out of time. Thank you for sharing your insights on that story. Now let's move on to other stories. The federal government has issued licenses to 28 investors under the Nigerian gas flare commercialization program, a move aimed at ending routine gas flaring and accelerating Nigeria's energy transition. At the permit presentation ceremony in Abuja, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission said the initiative is expected to unlock up to $2 billion in new investments across the gas value chain. Helen Osamade-Kins reports.
Nigeria has struggled with gas flaring, the practice of burning excess natural gas during crude oil production, an activity linked to environmental pollution and significant economic losses. To address the challenge, the federal government rolled out the gas flare commercialization program, now entering a new phase with the issuance of licenses to 28 investors mandated to capture and commercially utilize gas that would otherwise go to waste. Officials say the initiative represents a more structured market-driven approach to eliminating routine gas flaring while expanding access to cleaner and more sustainable energy solutions.
The project offers a multiplicity of benefits for both the nation in terms of converting a resource that's been wasted to revenue for both the Federation and, of course, our nation.
The program aligns with the National Energy Transition Plan by promoting cleaner fuels and reducing emissions from upstream operations. It also improves operational efficiency, enhances ESG performance, and opens new investment opportunities for both local and international stakeholders.
By converting flare sites into productive economic assets, the government hopes to attract increased private sector participation stimulate industrial growth, and reinforce Nigeria's transition to cleaner energy sources.
Beyond commercial gains, these projects will also strengthen host community relations, improve operators' social license to operate, build local content capacity, and stimulate job creation. In addition, investors stand to benefit from diversified revenue streams, carbon credit earnings, and long-term gas monetization opportunities.
With the issuance of these licenses, industry stakeholders say Nigeria is taking a decisive step towards balancing energy production with environmental responsibility, positioning natural gas as a key transition fuel while opening new windows for investment and sustainable development. Helen Osamide Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
Now, the federal government says it is stepping up efforts to close Nigeria's housing deficit through the delivery of affordable homes and targeted policy reforms. Speaking at the Africa Housing Awards, the Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Ahmed Dangiwa, revealed that a government verification committee has placed Nigeria's housing shortfall at between 15 and 16 million housing units, with a comprehensive report expected to be released in January. TVC News' Jesu Adiri reports.
The minister said the federal government is working closely with the Federal Capital Territory Administration to make land more accessible, lower construction costs, and collaborate with financial institutions to deliver affordable housing for civil servants and workers in the informal sector. He added that within the last 2 years, the government has initiated over 10,000 housing units alongside urban renewal projects that have positively impacted more than 150 communities nationwide.
Collaborating with other financial institutions, housing finance institutions that have government subsidies in them that we are going to use and then construct more affordable houses for civil servants and other informal sector or Nigerians that are earning that are in their businesses.
Also speaking at the event, Namibia's Minister of Urban and Rural Development, James Mufasa, warned that Africa as a whole faces a housing deficit of more than 50 million units, stressing the need for stronger collaboration among African nations.
Africa's problems requires African solution because it's an ever-challenging thing, it's an ever-increasing population, but at the rate that we respond to this population, particularly urbanization.
Industry leaders at the event also highlighted the role of innovation and private sector participation in tackling the housing challenge.
Our sector is involving new technologies, shifting regulations, global economic pressures, and environmental challenges continue to influence the way we work. It is important that we recognize these changes clearly.
From the legislative angle, the Vice Chairman of the Senate's Committee on Housing and Urban Development, Senator Victor May, reaffirmed the National Assembly's commitment to supporting policies that encourage private sector investment in housing delivery.
The intervention will not be limited to Kashana alone. All the suburbs in Abuja here will be affected. They will be supported. These projects will be put in the various satellite cities in Abuja.
Stakeholders at the African Housing Awards agreed that strong public-private partnerships remain critical to addressing Nigeria's housing deficit and the wider housing challenges across the continent. TJ Suadioye, TVC News, Abuja.
Several states across the country have emerged winners at the latest Primary Healthcare Leadership Challenge Awards, securing millions of dollars in performance-based funding for improvements in healthcare delivery. The awards, organized by the Bill Gates Foundation in collaboration with the Nigeria Governors Forum, are designed to reward states that demonstrate measurable progress in strengthening primary healthcare systems. TVC News' Kemi Balogun reports.
The Primary Healthcare Leadership Challenge Awards, built on the 2019 Seattle Declaration, commits state governors to improved governance, financing, workforce development, data-driven decision-making, and long-term sustainability of Nigeria's primary healthcare system.
I understand His Excellency President Tinubu's intention is to increase further the health budget at the federal level. We see that intention hopefully when he brings it to the National Assembly, and we are prayerful that His Excellency is going to do that in his 2026 budget.
Too many families still struggle to access quality care, and addressing this reality demands leadership, consistency, and courage. And the governors and also deputy governors gathered here tonight, the BHC Leadership Challenge and the SWAT offer a defining opportunity to strengthen system, to empower local government, and to turn intent into measurable change.
We have now rolled out the Financial Management app in about 6-7 of our states, and it will come to your state soon if it's not already there, which gives visibility and builds on the coordinating minister's red letter to try to do our best to make sure that the resources that are going to the field is reaching Nigerians and serving us well.
This year's ceremony marks the third edition of the awards, and for several states, sustained investments and reforms have paid off. In the Northeast, Yobe State clinched first place, emerging as the overall best-performing state nationwide, after leading in quality of care, patient satisfaction, availability of medical commodities, and effective primary health care coordination.
Indeed, over the last 3 years, states have increased their budget allocation to health, resulting in significant infrastructural